Hi guys, welcome to the tutorial. Right, in this tutorial I'm going to show you how I edit my pictures. In this particular case I am going to edit a picture that is from color and I'm just going to make it into black and white. So I'll just show you a quick before and after. This is what it looks like before and this is what it looks like after. Just put that in full size. So this is what we're planning to edit and this is the final result. Now what I'm going to do is we're going to select the picture first, and how I actually like editing the picture is I always like to correct the horizon line or the vertical lines first. So what I usually do is I like cropping in the picture and get rid of this part here. If you can see here, crop it even tighter, double click, and what I'm going to do next is I'm going to correct the vertical line. So go down to your develop tab. The develop tab is here. Scroll all the way down up to the point where you actually see transform here. Open that tab, click on the vertical button, and what actually happens is that it corrects the vertical lines in the shot. So this is what it looks like if it's off, and this is what it looks like when it's corrected. So I am going to just straighten it a bit more, bring it down and bring the crop closer to that side, and I'm gonna make this part of the cropping a bit higher because I like a bit more balance to the height there. So I'm just gonna double click it. Now I'm quite happy with the whole cropping of the image. So what I do usually next, if I want to convert it into black and white, the first thing that I do is I go into this tab, this area here, where you can see color and black and white. I'm going to click on the black and white button here. Right, so right now it's looking pretty good. So what I tend to do next will be, I like to play around with the exposure just to see how things are looking. So I'm going to bring it down and just see what it looks like if it's further down, but at the moment I think I like the exposure to be about plus 0.15 or just a bit higher there. When you're done with that, try playing around with your contrast as well. I'm going to play around with the highlights as well just to see what happens. So if I bring the highlights down, you can start seeing that the veil is slowly losing its highlights. So I don't want the highlights to be too far off. I think that's just about right. And now I'm just going to play around with the clarity. So what the clarity does is the clarity gives the picture a bit more sharpness, if I may say so. But with clarity you have to be careful because clarity tends to make the picture darker at the same time. Even though it makes things sharper, it can also bring down the colors and the saturation too, so you've got to be careful when you're doing that. Now bring the shadows a bit higher up. I kind of like what it's looking like at the moment. Now I'm going to just scroll down and I am going to give this picture just a slight vignetting. So on the effects tab here, click on the effects tab, open it up and bring down the vignetting just a little bit. I think I like it about -10. So once you're happy with that, I'm pretty happy with that look at the moment. I am just gonna increase the exposure. Sorry about the phone there. I'm just gonna increase the exposure for the face area. So click on this tab here, this brush tool, and increase the exposure by 0.50 or somewhere around there. You don't have to be accurate, you don't have to be exact, that's not really important. And now I'm just gonna click on that and I'm pretty happy with that. So let's have a quick look at the before, and then you can see the before and the after. So that's the before. If you want to get it you know, looking even better, what I tend to do is I like to export the picture into Photoshop, and I just like to give it a bit more, you know, a bit more zing to it by dialing in a bit more contrast and stuff like that. So currently I'm using at the right hand side here, I'm using a sort of another actions tab here, which is something that you need to buy if you want to use it, and it's called Totally Rad Actions. So in this tab I am actually just going to give it a bit of a brightening. So what I actually clicked on was this here, yin and yang. So brighten up the face just a little bit. It's just alright. Put the hands on. Go down to the press area, brighten that as well. This area is looking pretty nice. And before I wrap it up, I like to give it a bit of a contrast. So you're gonna press on this oh snap action here, and immediately the picture is transformed. You know, it's looking so much more punchier than before we brought it. This is before. This is when it's only got Lightroom actions on it, or Lightroom brushes on it, and this is when I've given a final touch up. So that really brings out the whole contrast in the picture. So that's the tutorial for today. I'm gonna bring you some more tutorial if you like. What I am suggesting, and I think I would like to start doing this, is that if you guys have your own pictures, or you know, anything that's in your library of pictures that you want to get edited, you know, and you want to first hands-on edit from me, please send in those pictures over. You know, give me an email, drop me an email, then I can always do a tutorial based on your own pictures. So that's the tutorial for today. I hope you found it helpful, and stay tuned for more tutorials. So thanks so much. Don't forget to subscribe, give us a like, and give us some comments, and your feedback is really important to us. Thanks so much, guys.